Recently, if you've been watching the news or social media, you probably noticed the mass outrage over Cracker Barrel. They made some massive PR blunders in their bid to try to attract new people. They seem to have pushed away a lot of the old-timers, something that many companies make a mistake on. I think I know a few key mistakes Cracker Barrel made. Hopefully you can learn from this to help avoid them yourselves. But interestingly, a quick recap here. Cracker Barrel a few weeks ago announced that they would be doing a major overhaul of the brand, a new logo, a new refined store look, and more. This comes as the new CEO has said they want to attract new customers to Cracker Barrel, but they seem to have pushed away a lot of their old-time loyal fans in the process of doing it. They made a few common mistakes I see a lot of people do. I've probably made them over time too, and I want to share what I think Cracker Barrel made wrong with it. Now, first of all, if you want to learn more about this, I'll put a link to Cracker Barrel's press release on this. And if you like what we do here, please consider hitting that subscribe button or hitting that thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see more videos where I break down interesting news topics like this on this channel. All right, so today Cracker Barrel announced that they're walking back their plans to remodel existing stores into an all-new look and feel. Now, I've actually been to one of these not far from Nashville, and it was interesting. I'll talk about that in a minute. But this comes weeks after Cracker Barrel announced plans to change its logo, removing the old guy in the barrel, and just having a very bland looking Cracker Barrel logo that looks like thousands of other companies out there. Interestingly, they reportedly paid over $1 million for that logo. A lot of people wondering where that money went with it. But with this, Cracker Barrel is backtracking and going to keep everything the same. Interesting to see if they remodel the new stores into the old stores. We'll see what happens if they repaint those, put the old decorations back up. A few things here. Cracker Barrel's CEO, why are they doing this? What are they hoping to get? Cracker Barrel CEO has said they want to attract a new group of followers. Basically, we have this dedicated base of Cracker Barrel fans, and we want to expand and bring new people in. Nothing wrong with that. It's a very common thing that many businesses do, right? You want to always get new customers in because eventually your current customers age out, pass away, get bored of what you have now. With that though, I think they made a few mistakes. They looked around at these small, successful breakfast joints, often independent or national chains, with kind of a more modern feel with it, maybe more artistically appetizing food menu options with it, and more modern design. And I think Cracker Barrel staff said, you know, they're doing well, why don't we go and copy them? Now, this is a mistake many companies think. They see somebody being successful and they just say, well, if we copy them, we'll be successful. And two things with that. First of all, no guarantee that'll happen. Because number one, just copying your competitors doesn't give people who like your competitors a reason to come try you. If I'm a fan of a particular restaurant, one here in the Grand Rapids area is called Anna's House, a very nice Western Michigan chain. They got quite a few locations. And I often joke the new Cracker Barrels looked almost exactly like an Anna's House in feel. Maybe a little bit different color palette, but the gist of it was the same with that. And if I like Anna's House, and Cracker Barrel copies them, why am I going to leave Anna's House and go to Cracker Barrel? I'm going to keep going where I like. Businesses need to offer something unique and different to attract customers. If every restaurant was the same, well, most of them wouldn't succeed, because why go, if they're all the same, why leave the one I like and go there? And I think that's a big mistake Cracker Barrel made. They just rushed out and said, let's copy this trendy look of restaurants out there without understanding what attracts people to that. Some of it is variety. You know, what I go to Cracker Barrel for food is sometimes I'm in the mood for that kind of home style cooking, and sometimes I want a fancy French toast with 80 different fruits on it and weird health crazed stuff on it. I don't know. It seems to be the trend right now. And I think they missed that. But they also were so focused on attracting this new group of people. I see this all the time in businesses and of all ones, that they forget why people come to their current store. You know, Cracker Barrel had that home style meal that I think is universal across many generations. You're never going to attract everybody. And when they rushed out to become more modern, they upset a good portion of their older clientele, the clientele who doesn't like that modern look of their food and restaurants and so on with it. And so they were failing to attract new people to it, and they were pushing away their old. Many restaurants have failed. One most noticeably here in Michigan and Florida was a restaurant chain called Bill Knapp's. They were sold to new owners, and the owners made several changes to the food that people didn't like, but more importantly, they wanted to make it a hip, younger restaurant targeting younger families. They put all kinds of weird things on the wall, TVs in the dining room, playing news of all things, and they even had like garden hoses on the walls and crayons and looks like kid drawings in an attempt to attract a younger audience. Well, what happened is they pushed away their older clientele. This wildly successful restaurant, by the way, which I loved, really good cakes, by the way, had an older clientele that a lot of younger people went to, including myself. While they liked the quiet atmosphere, they liked to go there with friends and talk, suddenly their quiet restaurant had blaring TVs and weird things on the walls and fancy weird designs on the table that was very distracting. A lot of the older crowd stopped coming because they thought it was too noisy, too distracting. So they cut back on it. And eventually the restaurant went under. They tried to backpedal real quick like Cracker Barrel did and take everything off the walls, get rid of the TVs, quiet the atmosphere again, and be a place where people want to come and have a family meal and have a conversation with it. I think Cracker Barrel is making the same mistake. So they attempted to copy a competitor without understanding the fact that just copying a competitor without offering anything unique fails to attract people. They were so focused on trying to attract new people that they failed to understand what their current customers liked about it. And with that, they pushed away their current customers. And I would also say that they made one final massive mistake, and that was the messaging on it. They started talking a lot about, when they did it, about how we want to attract new people. And when you constantly, all your messaging is about bringing in new people, you're sending a message to your current clients, well, we don't want you anymore. Now, they didn't mean that. But when your CEO is getting on TV and talking about new people and belittling people who are upset and not talking about how you want to keep your current customers and focusing on your current customers. You know, at the peak of the outrage, the CEO went on TV and said something along the lines of, the vast majority, everybody loves what we're doing. I don't hear any negativity. Everybody loves it. You just told all your current customers out there who were saying, I don't like this, forget you. I don't care about you with this. We're only caring about these people. And that's a very dangerous place. Whenever a business tries to make changes to attract new customers, you have to be very careful in how you word that to your current customers, keep your current customers happy, and then slowly add in new ones. If a business is not adding in new customers, they will eventually fail because customers will get old, age out, pass away, other issues. There you go. There's the three things I think Cracker Barrel really failed on. Failing to understand its current customers. Assuming if they just copied other successful restaurants that they would attract their customers. When their other customers are happy there, you need to offer them something unique and different. And Cracker Barrel failed at that. And lastly, the messaging. They were very dismissive of their current clientele, and that upsets people. No matter what. If you feel like you're being dismissed and not paid attention to, they're going to be very unhappy. I will say this though, I do think Cracker Barrel is onto something about cleaning up the restaurants, maybe doing a little refurbish. The one over by my house is kind of dirty. We got a high chair for my son and it was sticky. And the back of my chair was kind of sticky and worn. Now, upgrading and refreshing restaurants doesn't mean you have to throw out your current theme and your current feel. I don't think people would complain if they say, hey, we're going to get all new tables. They kind of look like the old ones, but they're a little different. I think the big complaint was how dramatic it was and how they kept talking about how this is basically, we don't want you, we want this new group of people. What do you think? Leave me a comment, let me know. I'll be doing more videos like this. If you like them, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care, be safe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I really enjoy breaking down some of these non-cord cutting topics also. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic day.